The other night I was on call, which is already scary enough, to be
Boom.
on trauma calls. I wasn't really, ready to tuck in. And I laid in bed and I was like, I'm going to watch a episode. And I think I was on like the third episode. The second one had already drawn me in. And like you said, there's like, it's one of those shows that like it's very like Shutter Island that you're like,
This is really happening.
there's nothing like super scary, gory, like
Yes.
there's not at yet, but then like you're just kind of scared. You're
You're
uneasy.
uneasy the whole
Yes.
time.
So now pan to me at 1 a.m. and I'm like, if I get called in, I'm calling the police. Smile, just in case.
It's just about us.
Just in case it matters.
Just in case. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. So, body time, everyone. I'm going to just start using body time the way my mom
Okay.
does. If my mom travels or like to a different time zone, or if it's daylight savings, she loves to compare actual time, which is like Eastern Standard Time,
Sure.
with her body time.
With her
And
body time.
And I feel like the pod has that too, because there's the body time when we record, and then there's the Rudy time when they
hear
listen.
it.
So right now it is Thanksgiving. For
It is
you guys, it's
Thanksgiving.
probably December, which is disgusting to even think about. I can't even like
Stop with the December slander this early. We cannot.
like they're listening to this in December, and I hate that. I'm so sorry, future Rudies, that it's December. Like I hope
Just me, Luke,
I hope
and
your schmelf is
Kenny
okay.
with our little sad December birthday party, just being like,
And that's
"Hi."
the fucking part, okay? Is that like one of my best friends understood the birth assignment, okay? She got herself born in June, right after me. I
Don't
love
we
it.
all wish we could be a June birthday? Don't we all wish?
My baby brother, his birthday's like 10 days after mine, like easy to
Oh,
remember. Maybe I
yes.
can like give him a gift card I don't want,
For sure.
You
You have
know?
time to look through your things and see if any of them can be his things.
You fucking bitches.
We're like,
It's
"You
selfish.
tired?"
Honestly, like I don't know who to call. Probably Donald Trump. I feel like he would care about it as
Call my
much as I
mom.
do.
You could call my mom.
I'm not going to shame Judy, because I feel like it wasn't entirely her fault. Valentine's Day is a very romantic time. March is fucking cold, and I'm sure in the 90s it was even colder.
I do
You
feel
know?
like it could be worse.
You're
and
just
I'm
in
not
the
trying to
house,
come for other people. but I'm
humping each
saying
other. But then,
That's just winter, okay?
yeah, but then you selfish assholes, you
Keep your
pop out.
birthdays.
You pop out these birthdays that are just not, feasible given the
No.
season.
That is like the exact feeling that comes with mine. And because, of course, if you're new here, me and my husband share a birthday. So
Twins, they are.
We're twins.
Twin
So-
siblings. It's
so
gross.
It's like everybody in our shared birthday, our given birth is 2 days after Christmas. And without a fail, every single year, we're like, you know what? It's just not even that big of a deal that we were born. Like, nobody wants to come to the hangover of Christmas party because that's what
No.
at least Kenny's birthday's before the
Yeah.
holiday.
But Kenny's birthday is also like, it's before enough, but right after this other holiday. That
When
like,
is his birthday?
it's next week.
Oh my
It's
God.
the 4th.
See, that feels rude.
It's so rude because it's like, I can't even fucking squish
You're
it
like,
into
it's
a
already
Christmas.
December.
Yeah, I can't squish it into a Christmas celebration. Thanksgiving feels tacky. It's too soon.
So
But
now
like,
you have to do another one.
I'm literally just ramping up what I have to do, and it's like, oh, I have to celebrate the man I married being born.
This is
you
so
know?
May baby behavior. Like, it's always these May babies. They think that they walk on water because they have like temperate weather, but
And like nothing else going on. MCAS. What are we interrupting? MCAS. You're welcome. We interrupt MCAS to sing the birthday song to Lauren in 4th grade.
I have
Like
had-
I'm a hero.
I've
I'm a
had the
birthed
thought
hero.
of being like, why don't I just take on my half birthday?
Well,
do an Alice in Wonderland dance,
didn't
and I'll
we-
claim June 17th. But nobody June 27th. June 17th is my daughter's birthday. Nobody
Didn't
would
we
buy
just
it.
discuss this last year?
Nobody would buy it. They'd be like, "It's not." I know it. Like I'd be like, "Hey, everybody, it's my half birthday party," and they'd be like, "You're so annoying. You
Yeah,
can't have a half
but I feel
birthday
like you
party
have
at 34. Like
you
it's
have
just
to
not
put
cute."
you have to put out a formal statement and be like it would be like, to whom it may concern, mostly Lauren.
I was born
I would
in
like
June.
to change my formal celebration,
My body clock says that I was born in June.
my body time.
My body type.
You're like, hereby, I will
I'm a
only have a
Gemini
quick.
now.
I still want to say happy birthday, Maybe I'll even throw up an Instagram
But
story.
then what happens on my real birthday, okay? So let's play
Those
this
those are the
forward.
bylaws.
So
So
then I
I
have to
still
pretend on my real birthday it's all about Lucas? Like that doesn't seem
no
like
no
something I'm
no
capable
no.
of.
You guys are siblings. He's also doing this. He's married to you. He's signed
So
other
he's being a
contracts.
June birthday?
Yeah, and you're signing for both of you. We don't
That's
let the men
ridiculous.
sign documents in my
No,
country.
of course not. Not in our New England.
Yeah, God, we can't let them hold pens. Then what?
No.
So then they'll learn to read. So so we're gonna move it to June 27th. On your
Okay.
actual birthday, I will still put up an Instagram story.
Sure.
I
As you
will
should.
still text you, with an XOXO, a little something extra.
Okay.
And I don't know, you don't have to work. It's a it's a paid
Well,
holiday,
that's not up
if
to
that's
you.
how it falls. Well, this is if I'm changing
I
everybody's
just go to work. I
December
go, she
birthday.
said, like, I can't work today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's in the big beautiful bill, and
It's
then
in
we
the big
sign it.
beautiful birthday
Hand
bill.
stuff Steph.
Hand stuff Steph is something that I'll never forget. Like, I think that was a moment of awakening for me. Etsy shop loading.
I was gonna say, I think it's a Plan B business
It's
adventure
a
for us.
It's a strong plan B. Like, I'd be okay with it.
Oh, I love that.
But there's something else that we've been thankful for lately. And
So
I think we have to.
we have to. So I listened to Stephanie again, just once.
How many times did I taunt you about this, you think?
So I am oppositionally defiant.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm oppositionally defiant. And sometimes when people tell me to do things, I'm like, I ain't gonna do it.
I kind of feel like this is just my brand of person because it's the same thing with so many people in my life where I'm like, please watch this. And they're like, no, And I'm like, do I just like people that are defiant of me?
You're like, I honestly agree with most things you say, but not this
But
one.
no. But actually, no.
So yeah, TV shows are just like my hard boundary. I just don't want to be recommended a TV show.
Super quick side note, my sister, Court, so I've been taunting her to watch the first Wicked movie, which came out a year ago now, right?
Yes.
And she's so oppositionally defiant and stubborn, and my little sister, that she's like, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of watching it because you're telling me to.
Yeah. She's like, I hate it.
Finally, I guilted her. Me and my one leg were lying on the couch. I'm like, well, I'm just going to put on Wicked. And then I fell asleep. She watched the whole movie and loved it. And that is my love language. So tell me how much you love the show I made
It's like
you
you left her alone with your drugs.
Literally. I'm like, fucking please.
You're like, don't do it.
My
Don't do it, but I'll be back.
Please. Please just look at the TV.
You were her dealer. You were her dealer in that moment. But I love that.
Dealing TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
And
now she's like, I hate it for good.
For good. Exactly. And I'm like,
I love that. So this TV show, which we did watch the first episode. So I don't understand how they sell TV shows anymore, because now I thought you'd go to a place, right? And that TV show would be there and all of its seasons would be there.
that's how it
Not
should
lately.
be. That's
Not
how it
lately.
should be.
Not lately. So I went to, you told me it was on Netflix.
Yes.
But then you told me that there was a third season on Prime.
Yes.
So I went to Prime after I had already watched, I don't know, 6, 7 of the Netflix episodes. So when I went to Prime, obviously I was looking for a fresh document. I don't even know what you call those. A fresh DVD cover that floats in space.
Yes.
and it had a little line near it, and I was like, did my husband, is my husband cheating on me and he's watching the show I'm watching on a
That would
different
be a criminal
network
offense.
streaming app? So I like open it, and I had watched the first episode, but I
Okay.
fell asleep during the plane crash. That was the issue,
As it
which
would be.
honestly it tracks. I've
Right.
never been in a plane crash, thank God. But I
That's just
would probably be the one sleeping.
but our comfort shows not indicative of this behavior? Like
Yes. And it's like I feel as though being ADHD, being anxious, my flight or fight is up here, right? All the time. Like just in the grocery store, like
yeah.
I look like I'm ready to fight a bear.
Yeah.
But when I watch something that actually should trigger that response, much like caffeine, I have like a paradoxical effect. I get sleepy.
You're like,
So
not
I
my
think that,
problem.
yeah, I'm like, oh my God. No, I think it's almost like I'm like, my problems aren't real.
Yeah.
I could be held up by the mob right now, in a bank.
Literally, this could be worse.
Yeah.
Just
So that says a lot about me, I think. But this
That's
show,
something.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow
Okay.
Jackets spoilers ahead. Season
So
1
many
spoilers
spoilers.
ahead.
I want to start by saying I finished the first season, which like snaps to that because I have the attention span of fucking this beautiful Jolly Jar mug.
But that's when I knew that I knew if I could just get you to look at the screen long enough that it would be something you could hyperfixate on.
I was walking the halls of the hospital in the last 3 minutes of my putrid 30-minute break, Like, the last 3 minutes is literally me getting back to the little fucking hamster tunnel that I live in,
Yeah, exactly.
It's Severance with the hallways.
To
I
your
was
side of the play
literally
yard.
like this. Because I had 3 minutes to go. So I was like, are you shitting me? Like, I am going to
No
watch
amount
what
of money
ends.
I wouldn't pay for the Severance footage of you just watching the show I recommended down the hall. Like
Just knowing the lefts and the rights without
that's a
looking
win.
really.
That's a win.
And also, like, I watched the ceiling bubble things, so that I
Yeah.
don't get run over by stretchers. But I'm a distracted driver at that
You're
moment, the hallway.
semi-conscious.
Yeah, I'm there, sort of. I'm severed in. I know my
Yes.
way back. That's
Ding.
that's one thing for sure. But I am obsessed with this show. And
So
I
good.
didn't want to watch anymore until we talked about it because I didn't want to because like you said, like anytime you watch a show and you get a little away from like the older episodes, it all starts to like smush
It
together.
starts to smush together.
So I wanted the finale to be fresh in my brain.
What a finale.
But what a show. Like I
We
think
should
this
just talk
show,
about what the show is if someone hasn't seen it, like a general overview.
yes, I think this show is so cool.
So interesting, so psychological. That's what draws me to a show when it involves like psychology and it's kind of like a social experiment, i.e. Severance, I love that. And this show essentially it's the most recent season, which is the third, aired this year. But it's essentially about this group, this soccer team of girls in the 90s. They're going to nationals and their plane crashes. I think they're like in northern Canada, I want to say. But they're in the
Yeah.
woods essentially.
Yes.
And then with that, they end up, this is all given at the beginning, so this isn't really a spoiler, but they're out there for 19 months before some of them are rescued. And it's essentially like a mix between the story of them being there as teenagers trying to survive in the wilderness and then where their adult selves are now.
Yes.
And that's just like, I
Yeah.
love it. I
And
love it.
it's not all of them as adults. So
It's
you're
not.
like,
So then you're like trying
So-
to deduce,
yes. And then, so when you go back to like the old, you're like, oh, she's getting whacked, she's not going to make it, like, so I feel like,
Exactly. There's
I feel
little
like it's one of those
clues.
things where, yeah, it's like a game of Clue. Like they give you a lot of information in the beginning, but none of the middle information. You got to find out
Exactly.
all the deets.
Which is so fun.
And I am so good at predicting shows, which I don't think is a superpower. I think it's just like you said, we love these psychological shows
Yes.
where you're analyzing and you're watching and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And with that, you get good at it, I
Yes.
feel. And I feel as though I'm a good judge of people.
Mhm.
So when I was watching the show, I got it wrong a few times.
Yes.
And that was hot. I loved being wrong
You're like,
about it's
oh,
like, this
excuse
is
me.
my kink. This is
Excuse
it.
me. But it is like, first of all, I have to know, like, is there a character that you are drawn to the most, like to watch, I guess?
So I always go into a reality show, a show. I love assigning a character to cosplay,
Of course.
whether so
Exactly.
I was like, who would I be? In the
Yeah.
first episode, I wanted to pick who I'd be without the rest of the context because
Right.
you don't know who you're gonna be in the woods.
You don't know who you're going to be in the woods. That
But
has become clear.
it's pretty clear that like you can judge who you would have been getting on that plane
Yes.
in the in the
When they
80s. Was it the 80s or it was the 90s?
'90s, when they hacked the coach's leg off, I was like, "Is that me?"
So I am a hybrid, I think.
Okay.
I truly think I am Jackie, which is unfortunate, if you watch the whole
If you've seen the
season.
end of the
Yeah,
season
if
1.
you know, you know. And I don't think it's unfortunate and bad to be Jackie because I think Jackie stood by who she was.
Totally. And
But
like
there's
they say in the
something.
beginning, she's someone who brings people together.
So I was going to say, there's something that the coach says, like about making her captain, that like she's not the smartest, she's not the best player. And like I believe that about myself. But when I commend myself, it's because I can like get people together to
Motivate
believe in the
them.
same thing. And I can
Yes.
publicly speak what everybody's doing in a way that makes people understanding of each other. And
Yes.
that's what Jackie does.
She
And
I love Jackie.
she brings the group together and she's that silly little goose that's like, let's
Yeah.
have a seance. And I know that's who I'd be out there,
She's in
you
the
know?
woods and she's still like, but we're girls, you
And
know?
she's kind of reading the energy. She's like, there's tension, there's
She
something's not right.
And as you see, like a lot of these characters, like at different rates, like and at different levels of like fear or starvation, like they lose their humanity in ways. And Jackie feels very human to me.
Yes. And I want to say I would remain being Jackie, but who knows? And I know me. Because
Are you
although
saying that you're mixed
I'm
with a
saying I'm a
Misty?
mixed breed,
Are you
yeah,
mixed?
I know me. And I would love to give the motivational speech once we all get off the plane.
Once
But
that
I
plane
would
crashed
probably be the first person
to cut
to
off a leg,
initiate aid.
you'd be triaging.
I
Lauren
would
was like
because
lightly texting me
it would give my brain
something.
like stability.
Yes.
I would be like, I can
Purpose.
control these things and that's it. So,
Misty,
although I don't want to be Misty, I want to be Jackie so bad, but I know that
you
there's
have
a Misty in
tendencies.
there. Yeah.
I love watching Misty. She's probably my favorite character to watch, like on honestly, like adult and teen timeline because
She's entertaining.
she's so fucking good because at first you're watching her and she does some things that are so morally fucked up, you know? But in her mind, she does them in the name of a justice. Like, it's not like
Yes.
Misty is doing things without cause or without any remorse, but she will justify what she's doing for an end goal. And
She's a Dexter. She's the
she's
bad guy to the
so
bad
fucking
guys.
funny. She's so funny. I don't know the name of the girl. I was looking her up earlier because I like to look at a behind the scenes and she posts a ton of behind the scenes, but the way that the adult and the teen I feel like just like makes sense. I love it. I love Misty.
Yes. And honestly, the first time I watched the first episode, it's a lot, everyone, because you're back and forth. It's like you're trying to differentiate the
Who's
personalities
who?
of the girls in the Bumblebee jackets, but it's hard.
It's hard.
And if you're folding laundry, you come back in and you're like, is that Natalie? Is that Shauna? Who the fuck is that? They all have like 90s names. But then There is a point. And this is funny because like I just feel like this is just like the joke of all jokes that like the fucking people that make you watch shows, they're always like watch till episode 4.
And then you're gonna
it'll
love
be
it.
so good at episode 4. And you're like that's fucking leading up
That's
to that.
me telling people to watch Game of Thrones.
That's like 3 hours of my life that I'm first never gonna get back, and then it's gonna be worth it.
It's
Like
worth it.
I'm not wasting all that time. But episode, I think it was 2.
Mm.
You're like, these are different people.
Yeah.
This is not the
But
same.
that's what I need in a show to pull me in because I've been trying to find something to watch like while I'm homebound and everything was just like no, no, no. Like I just could not get into it. I needed like a plane crashing, some like hinted at cannibalism, and it's like I just needed a lot going on.
Yeah.
And the thing that I find so interesting about the show is when you start watching it, especially in season 1, there's like this feeling that like something supernatural is going on. Like there's just this like, the what the woods wants and blah 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 and like what it wants, and then there's just like a lot of eerie moments, but then also these are like girls that are teenagers that were stranded in the middle of the woods and have seen their friends die and are traumatized and have a trauma bond. And it's just like, I feel like I'm always trying to figure out, like, is this actually supernatural? Are they, withdrawing off their medications? Because, like, what's her name? Lottie is a whole, she's got a
Yeah.
lot going
A
on
whole
in the.
eval.
A lot. So I don't know. I love the way that this show tickles my brain in a way that like you're just like always thinking and you're never just like it's not one of those shows where I'm watching it and I'm like I'm just gonna scroll a little bit.
No,
You
no.
know?
The other night I was on call, which is already scary enough, you know, to be
Boo.
on trauma call. So I wasn't really, ready to tuck in. And I laid in bed and I was like, I'm going to watch a episode. And I think I was on like the third episode. So the second one had already drawn me in. And like you said, there's like, it's one of those shows that like it's very like Shutter Island that you're like you said, there's multiple
This
layers.
is really happening.
Is it really happening? There's nothing like super scary, gory,
Yes.
like there's not at yet, but then like you're just kind of scared. You're uneasy.
You're uneasy the whole
Yes.
time.
So now pan to me at 1 a.m. and I'm like, and it's time to go to bed. And I'm like, if I get called in, I'm calling the police.
I'm
like
looking at my woods a little different ever since I
yeah,
started
I'm
watching
like
Yellowjackets.
if I have to get out of my bed and walk from my door to my car to go to the hospisptal, I want a police escort
I
at this
wanna
point.
Going out, I'm like, I live in the wilderness. I look out, I see a tree. I'm like, I am unsafe here.
All I could picture was like me just like looking over my shoulder. Is she coming? But yeah, it just gives you that feeling. And I just feel like there's like this cult kind of
Yes,
theme
cult
going on.
mentality.
There's, like there's the herd mentality, which we all see on
Yes.
all kinds of screens every day. That one works.
Real and acting.
Herd works. And then there's like this whole like I feel like you keep trying to decide who's right,
And yeah, who's right
but
and who's good?
but then you have to think like humanity has been stripped away from them and there are
Yes.
girlies that were just like having slumber parties with caboodles, 6 months prior.
Exactly.
So, and they don't even have fully formed frontal lobes yet,
I have a small bone to pick though. I feel like like with most characters in the show, I feel like I can like and I can see like where are they coming from? What's happened to them? How did they get here? And
Yeah.
I see it with Shauna. So Shauna's kind of like Shauna we haven't talked about, but she's Jackie's best friend who before they get onto the plane is cheating with Jackie's boyfriend, and
Mhm.
Jackie obviously has no idea. And then they crash in the woods, and you find out that Shauna's pregnant. So it adds this whole layer of like like tension, you know, like it's just like a buildup that's happening. And I don't know, Shauna's that character that while I'm watching, I'm just like, you're always kind of fucking doing things that are a little bit like they're a little bit fucked up, Shauna. And like she goes through trauma in the woods, but she's one of the people where I'm like, is there a little nature here?
Yes.
Is
And
there
the thing
nature
about
at work?
Shauna is that she didn't even want to play soccer.
You want to play?
She says that. So I'd imagine going to where were they? Were they going to nationals? Where were they going?
Nationals.
No. Did they win nationals? And they were
No, they
going to
were
some
going. They never made
like
it.
they never made it. Uh, but they're going to nationals, right? She took like what did she take? A Xanax,
Yeah, a Valium or
a
something.
Valium, and she is clearly trying to please Jackie. I don't know if she
It
loves
almost
her. I don't know
reads
if it's
as
just
she
like
loves her. Like I know that they like continue because I've looked into it to say like no, it's not about that. But in my watching it, I was like, does she want to be with Jackie or be her? Like I was getting that
yes.
feeling.
And I think that that is a foreshadowing that Shauna is one of those people that is not her own person.
Yeah,
You know, she is trying to be seen by whoever's in the room. She's not just trying to be herself in the room,
right.
which I think is why, if this is like a spiritual thing or this is a cult thing, that she was so easily influenced by it because that's who she is. Where
Mm.
Jackie, her best friend, was kind of like
She
very the
had
center of her
influence.
own universe,
She
you
had
know?
influence in regular worlds, you
Yes.
know?
And she also wasn't really, I don't think, obviously, she was trying to be the popular pretty, but I think that she stood by whatever she stood by and
Mhm.
people followed her usually.
Mhm.
And then when this supernatural being, you know, didn't give a shit that she was a cute 15-year-old,
Rude.
she didn't make the winter.
She didn't make
And
the winter.
the whole fucking time I was trying to figure out, spoiler alert, we already said it, how Jackie died
Me
in the
too.
first season.
Me
Because I
too,
was like,
because you're just like,
and
what's
you're
gonna
like, they ate
happen?
her. They
They ate
fucking
her.
ate her. You know, and there's multiple times where Jackie is like chased, runs away.
Yes.
She's the drama.
The
You know,
doom's
she's the
coming.
friend.
The doom's coming was intense, which I think was the second to last episode,
Yes.
maybe,
Yes.
where they're like, we're
Yeah.
gonna have a homecoming party, and then Misty accidentally drugs everybody with mushrooms, and then they start having like an orgy seance, you know,
Yeah. It's
hallucinatory
very primal.
experience.
It's very waffle party if
it's
you've seen
It's
Severance.
giving like it's I think that's where they say it's like it's like a hunter like
Yes.
experience. Like they start howling and chasing poor what's his name? Travis.
Yeah, and they all look like very hot. Like they found their homecoming
Yeah,
dresses and they like fucking made little antler
they
sticks in their
did.
hairs.
Honestly, I'm not mad about the fashion. Like I'm not mad about the fashion.
And I think that I am confident in us that we would be able to make plane crash fashion work. You know,
We
like I
would.
I
If there's
only
one
wear
thing I know about us.
I only wear two outfits in real life, but I know that if there was a plane crash, I would make a
I saw
beautiful
Nat
yeah.
tie like a ripped shirt around her head and tie it, and I was like, vibes. Like,
Yeah, I know
vibes.
I'd get enough twigs together to make a cute little halo headband
If we
and
were stranded out in the woods, like what would we be doing? Because you know how they all kind of get assigned, like, oh, like Shauna slits the throat, you know, of the
yeah,
of
why is that her job?
because I think she's fucked up. Like I feel like she's just like deeply disturbed because
And
she
everyone
likes
knows
it,
it. They're
and
like,
everyone they're like,
get
just
your
kill
fucked
that
upness.
squirrel. Like
But the things are like usually already dead, and they're like,
I
go
know,
slit the throat, Shauna.
yeah, and you're like,
Go.
ugh. And I think like I don't know. I think there's something there, but I
What would be our job?
what would be our job?
Well, I'd like to say that
I
we'd be
want to
like,
be cool and be like, "Oh, they'd give you the rifle." It's not going to happen.
I don't
They're
want
not
the
giving me the
rifle.
rifle.
I think I'd either be like the medic, you know,
Sure.
and I feel like I'd want to be the gatherer too.
I
And
was
I
going
feel
to
like
say,
those go hand in hand because I would need like medicine and tools, and, you know, so I
I'd
just
be
want a
your
little
witch
basket.
assistant. I'd be your witch assistant.
Yeah.
And with my handwork, I would just be crafting you things that you need for your medicine.
Steph would do the hand stuff
I would
while
do
we
the
were
hand
there.
stuff, and you
Keep
would.
us all happy.
I would literally just. And that's the other thing. These girls are out in the woods. They're horny little teenagers.
They are such horny teenagers, and
So,
that's
like,
where
they're like, there's a boy here. There's one of age boy here.
that's where I hate these coming of age shows because I'm like, why can't they just be adults? But then I'm like, they can't be adults going to a soccer national. That'd be so
nationals.
fucking
So creepy. No one watches that show. That's lost.
it's like an adult men's like softball team. You know how they have those?
I don't want it. And you just know
all
if
their
it were
wives. No, all their wives are pissed because they're like, why are you going to fucking nationals?
for your intramural. Like,
and then they
crash
crashes.
Kids, okay, how about that?
And then it crashes because nobody goes to find them because they just cash in their life insurance policies. They're like, this is what Doug wanted. He wanted to play softball so fucking bad.
It wouldn't have hit the same if it weren't teens with a dream. So they're horny,
but they are. And so I feel like you would do our hand stuff, and then. But we'd find cute little haunted baskets, in the haunted house, and we'd go and we'd gather. And we wouldn't be Lottie, I don't think. Like, I don't think I'd be like, like she's all like gets possessed
I'm very
and sees the vision.
Like, I'm
exactly.
I'm
but
skeptical.
me and you would hear the like, shh, 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 shh.
Yes.
And we would be like, maybe Lottie's not totally crazy, but if anybody has a mood stabilizer, throw it her way.
Throw it her way. Throw it her way.
So I feel like
we having would be psychotic breaks.
We'd be level-headed, and I know I'd be a person because I also, for the first like few episodes, the people that don't leave the camp at all are crazy to me. You know, like just staying in that house, not looking around. Like, don't go out at night.
What if
Ty,
you're like a mile down the road? Like, you don't. Yeah, Ty.
Don't go out at night.
Don't
go
out at night.
I feel like I would have to be looking at the perimeter. Like, I do that when I go to a party venue, like I have to like stake
the local park.
Yeah, so I'd imagine if I was dropped in the middle of nowhere, I would want to create my boundary of what I felt like I could go to.
Yes.
So I feel like I was watching who was leaving and who wasn't, and I was like, the people that aren't, it's not good. And that was Jackie. Jackie was one of the people.
Fear, and why I probably have some Jackie in me too is because I have like such a poor sense of direction. Like, I literally like cannot, like, we come out of like a large mall and I'm like, I fucking don't know where my car is. Like, it's none of my business. I've gotten lost in IKEA. Like, so as much as I want to scan the perimeter, I would need like a guide, I would need you. Me. I would need you to guide me, and I'll be grabbing things, hunting, gathering, but like I don't know where we are, and
I need you to make my flower headband. So
I'm just whittling antlers into crowns to make Lauren beautiful.
She'll just keep me alive. Behind me, I have a rope tied to you.
I'm holding your veil. I'm like, just please keep me alive, Lauren. Are you Lottie?
I have Sacagawea braids. I'm doing a bet. I have a feather in the braid. I can see it.
I have to say, though, I love Nat because I feel like out of, like, the girls, again, she is the one that keeps her humanity. And I don't know if it's because, like, when you see a little bit of them before the crash, like, Natalie has, like, she's had substance abuse issues. She's, had issues with domestic violence and like her dad dying and all of that, and she has seen traumatic shit, and I don't know. I was gonna say why she was pre-traumatized.
She was
already traumatized, so she doesn't like slip into this like cult
hysteria
that everybody else is, the hysteria. So I really, really love Nat because I feel like she's one that just is like still trying to actually survive and like with as many of them as they can.
And then Travis kind of shares, we don't really see a lot of playing Travis.
No.
He's just a boy. He's just a boy. They had to have a penis there, and a bebe. So
they did.
So Travis, like, he hints also that like his dad died, in front of everybody on a tree in a plane crash. But he hints that like he didn't have a good life either. So he
Mhm.
also kind of is like
Keeps
keeping his head, where you
Yes.
get the vibe that Jackie was doing well back at home.
Yeah.
You know,
Jackie was doing good at
her
home.
parents never inconvenienced her to do anything.
She
you know,
seems okay.
and that's the other thing, is that they're teenage girls. And as I sit here as a 33-year-old woman, I'm like, I could whittle some sticks. I could gather some shit. I could, carry too much weight on my back. 15-year-old Lauren,
God.
she wouldn't carry anything on her back.
God
Like,
help
I
her.
know her. I remember her.
God help her.
And the things she thought were hard,
They weren't even hard.
they weren't even hard. So I know that would be an adjustment
For sure.
for teenage me. Like getting
like
there
Jackie
and
makes sense that she's like, what the fuck? Like, I have like plans, okay?
yeah, and there are some people that when they get there, they're just like, we are
Like,
villagers
she's thinking
now.
about her college acceptance. Like, Jackie's still like in the where they're from, where like you said, there are people like Lottie who almost seem like they're like thriving there because they feel like, or Misty, where they have purpose,
Yes, and they
because
didn't
Misty
really.
didn't have that before.
Yes, so that's very, very interesting. And the way that Jackie dies, I'm just going to say it.
Let's just get
was
into it.
It was lackluster. It was so lackluster. So the finale, for me, I'm a little like, of course there's more seasons, so I'm going to be
Yes.
okay. But if
Yes.
I watched that finale and I had to wait like a year, I would have been outraged.
Fucking pissed. I'd be
I would-
Shauna.
I would go full Shauna,
I'd go full Shauna.
I go Shauna at her fucking reunion.
Because what I remember is they get into a fight because she finds out about the baby, right? That she's pregnant and all of that.
Yes, and she kind of like already knew that she
She
reads
read
the
her
journals.
That's
yes.
what it was.
So she kind of knows for a while before she like starts to give it to Shauna,
Yeah.
Jackie. And Jackie's kind of like there's animosity building, and then
as she should.
but also Jackie's like, I'm not gonna die a virgin. And it's like, Jackie, get your fucking priorities straight here.
I know. I was rooting for you, Jackie, because like if she had just been like fucking mad at Shauna, like she would be so just in that, like I'd be like, that's fucked up. Like in our normal life, you were just like hooking up with my boyfriend. Like that's fucking weird.
But I also think that this is her like 16-year-old way of dealing with this, right?
Yes.
Like she's like, I'm gonna die, and I'm not gonna keep fucking, trying to be a woods woman.
Yeah.
And like,
No,
this is
she's
it.
like, I'm gonna go out with a bang.
Yes. So she bangs, and then the angry, like overtaken, seance-y,
mushroom
possessed, tripping girl gang gets there, and they look good. They do look good.
They have their antlers on. They're draped in fabric.
And they want Travis. We
They
know
want
that.
Travis.
And it's very like he's like their like
stag. Like
their stag, yes.
Stag. Like it's very primal.
It's primal, and it's giving like he's gonna be sacrificed.
Yes.
So
you're very uneasy at this point.
So they come down the stairs, and obviously Jackie is expecting everyone to be pissed at her. But I don't think she's expecting like possessed.
I don't think she was expecting someone to like hunt her down.
Yes. So they very quickly like throw her like to the side, and they're all like over him.
Travis
and it's very
is ours. He belongs to us.
It's very our orgy. Like it's just.
I was like, are they literally about to orgy in the woods? Like this is wild.
In front of a fire, and Jackie's like, what the fuck's going on? And nobody's breaking out of this like tongues that they're doing in this trance. And then everybody's face is getting kind of scary.
Shauna's face, when her eyes like turned to black holes, I was like, enough.
Rat Shauna. Like I like to call her. Her like face gets like little and tiny, like Rat Shauna. And then like fast forward, they lock Jackie in a closet. Jackie finally gets freed by Nat, I think, right?
Something like that.
Because
Nat saves Travis.
Yes. Nat and one-legged Coach. Because that's the other thing. They have their coach. I don't even think we talked about Coach because it's so
'Cause
annoying.
he's got one leg, you know, and he's just taking up space.
He's taking up so much space. And like at this point, they're like, when he has input, they're like, shut the fuck up, coach.
And he is an adult, so he has these rational thoughts that these horny seancing cult teens don't want to hear, you know?
Yes. And they're starting to verbalize that they don't want to hear it. I have my suspicions that they eat coach. I'm like,
I'm so scared that if I were to crash in the woods right now with my bad leg, that someone would eat me.
we would eventually.
If we got to winter, I just fear.
Well, I mean, I just think being the adults would be part of the problem too, because
It
like you
would.
said, he's outnumbered at this point.
Yeah.
And Misty is like obsessed with him. She wants him so bad.
She
And
does.
also, once again, like Misty is
We've all
finally,
been a Misty before.
yeah. And you're like, he is so
He's
into me.
Perfect. And he's like, I'm gay.
We've all been there,
We've all
Misty.
been there.
You're like, that's why you're perfect, I think.
I love that about you.
Yeah. I literally love everything about you.
I'm
But
obsessed.
so they're having this like very like they're like opposing magnets where like she just keeps following him and he keeps running away. But you can tell that like he understands that Nat is not a 16-year-old girl. She's traumatized, she's seen things, you know,
Yes.
she's been hurt.
She's the most sound of mind, like,
And
in
he
that
treats
survivalist.
her. He treats her as such. Like he talks to her different than he talks to the rest of the group.
Yes.
He talked to that crazy Jesus one like she was a baby.
Maybe
He was like,
because she kind of
go do it, Laura Lee.
Yeah,
Is her name Laura Lee?
Laura Lee. Fly that plane, Laura Lee.
He's like, please don't do it. And she's like, I'm doing it. But he is like a very like he's a very good adult. Like I feel like he has good intentions for everyone.
Has, like, a good
I was so
morals.
nervous when there was an adult man, you know,
Yeah.
alive.
Because it could go so many ways.
But it was the right one, I think. I
It
think
was.
that, you know, the Jesus plane picked the right one. So he took the wheel on that one. So, but with him comes like Nat gets this little one-on-one time with him, and he's tripping, and he's like, love is all you need. Like he's
so
very
they're,
like
walking in the woods.
yeah, and he's I think having like this existential time of like he is going to lose his life at a different point in life, you know? Like he's not
Yeah.
exactly where he wants to be. These girls are on the top of the world,
Literally,
you know?
they were literally on the top of their game, where this man is like trying to find he's a gay man in the 90s. Like he's just trying
And
to
he's like
figure
30
out-
something, you know? Like
he's just trying to get by. Like he's very secretive about his personal life. They didn't know. He has a boyfriend or a partner back home.
Yes,
you know, he's someone to
yes.
come home to.
yes, and I feel like he doesn't get to cope with his stuff out loud because he's trying to be the adult for them.
For all
So
these
when
crazy
he-
girls.
When he does have moments of humanity, they're like very big. So him and Nat have like this big humanity moment. She runs back. She's like, Jackie, what the fuck are you doing locked in this closet? Somebody else is there with them. Who else was there?
Forget.
There's a third party. And then they run and they're like, she's like, we're all humping Travis after I humped
After
Travis.
I humped Travis.
And
I
Nat's
know
like,
you
"This
wanted
is-"
to.
Yeah, and she's like, I've had a building relationship and trust with him that I've never had with anyone. This is great news.
And that's why I feel so bad for Nat, because she's
Yeah,
still,
'cause you're like, of
trying to
course.
save everybody, but like she's just getting trampled on a lot of the time.
She's drowning while she's trying to like save
It's relatable.
everyone around her.
It's
So
relatable.
so they run, and then there's like this even more fucking ritualistic shit going on in the woods.
Yeah,
They've got him tied up,
tied up.
and yeah, they're like all like speaking
Shauna
in
takes the
tongues.
knife, and they're like, Shauna, you know what to do, which is what they say to her before she bleeds those fucking deer
Everything.
out.
Like,
And you're
I
like, Shauna.
why is that your job, Shauna?
Stop.
Get a new job.
I just feel like if I were in the woods and things started getting bad, like she would need to be the first one to go for me. Like she is such a danger, I feel like, because she is so like willing. So
And that's
willing.
why at our core we're Misty and we're not. I mean, we're Jackie and we're not Misty, because like Jackie sees that and she's like, you gotta go. Like this is
Yeah.
fucking nuts. Like,
No, this is kind of weird. 15-year-old Steph would have been like, this is fucking weird.
and then So then after they have this like they shut the whole thing down. I think Misty might be with Nat and
That might,
Jackie.
yes.
I mean, yeah. It
Because
might
I
be the
don't
three
think
of
she
them.
was orgying. Like, I don't remember. I don't
I
remember
just don't
Misty.
expect her being invited to an orgy.
No, she almost
Least
gives
likely,
asexual. You know, like
yeah, least hot in her like little elk garb is Misty. So that curly hair.
that
So
would be the biggest offense for me. Like, if I don't look hot in my elk
also, I'm pretty sure she
outfit,
has
what the fuck?
braces. Does she have braces?
She looks like she would, but I don't think she does.
Nobody has braces. I was thinking about that when I was making my notes
Who's
that I'm
gonna
not
be
even using.
Who's
I
gonna
was
be
like,
the wood
if
orthodontist?
you're just like ripping them off, one of them would eventually rip them off of
You'd
somebody.
have to.
So they get back to the now they're like, fuck this, stop it, knock it off.
This is weird.
This is weird. Everyone like sort of breaks out of it, but they're like, what is fucking weird? Like
What
they're
was
very
weird?
like they're gaslighting them. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're possessed
it's a lot.
gaslighting.
It's a lot.
So they walk back, whatever, and then a bear sacrifices itself. And Jackie's like, that bear, there's something wrong with that bear. Which, like, they were literally before all of this. The doom coming was because they were starving to death.
They're starving.
And like you said, there's undertones of like there is going to be cannibalism at some point.
They hint. I think the first opening scene, they like show them eating somebody like ambiguously.
Yes, and you don't know who it is, but like, so you know that it's going to get to that point. But at this point, they're like, we're not going to let it get to that point. We're all just going to die.
Yeah.
So the doom coming is kind of like that last hurrah that like we are not going to make it. Why? Yeah. But then, yeah, there's like this nothing matters, society really like they have become something different because they don't feel like they're going to exist anymore.
Exactly.
And they're on shrooms,
And they're on shrooms.
So once they find this bear that finds Lottie, that's like, kill me now.
Literally.
The bear.
It walks over and it's like, oh.
He's like, I am done. This bear's like, I am done.
I am chosen.
Yeah.
And we're like, Lottie, you almost fucking died. The bear almost ate you, and then we wouldn't be able to.
Yes. So bear gets down. She stabs it in the head. They eat it. That, I feel, in the finale, is the moment where they all come together and are like, we're going to keep making it.
Yeah. We're going to survive.
She puts the heart in the tree at the very end.
He wants to make everything a ritual, that Lottie.
And I do feel like they have created, you thought that they were not going to be a society, like they got to the point where they were like, this is it, where our little
slowly die here.
Our little society is extinct, like they're going to find our bones here.
Yes.
And then I feel like there's this shift where they're like, we're going to fucking make it. And who makes it, and who doesn't. And Jackie,
she gets in her fight with Shauna, and she does what any 15-year-old girl would do, and she says, I'm sleeping outside.
Which, like, Ty already proved that to be an awful plan, It's a bad plan.
It is.
Jackie literally tells Shauna to get out, which, like, once again, let's all get our caboodles back out, is the right thing to say. I don't find her to be wrong.
No.
She saw her with a knife to Travis's throat.
100%.
And it's like, maybe, like we just said, that's not your job anymore. You don't slit throats.
Then nobody's, like, defending Jackie. So then there's that feeling of being like, what the fuck? Like, then you feel extra crazy because you're like, no one else thinks that's crazy. And so I see how Jackie gets to that. Like,
yes,
I could easily get there.
Yes, and they've been out there a while now, and nobody really tells you what season it is, but it turns out that it is the first frost.
The first frost.
So, unfortunately, they come out in the morning, and there is a point where Ty is like, just go Ty. And I love Ty.
Me too.
I love her.
Ty too.
She's definitely eating dirt outside at night.
Well, and that's her business.
We all do it. Everybody has those
mild
days.
Bit of pica. It's nothing crazy.
She beheaded the family dog.
She did. I love her.
It's a rough patch.
She has some dark time.
There are good people on both sides of
But she
Ty's brain.
does. She says, like, go talk to her or something like that.
And Shauna, being fucking,
A
I
bitch.
think, pure evil,
Just falls asleep.
just falls asleep. And it's that also moment that like they are best friends, and like, you know, when you're best friends and you're 15 and you've got like your little journals out at the slumber party, you're like, I will never, you know, leave your
Ever.
side. We'll no fight. We'd never fight over a boy.
Rango. Yeah.
And at its roots, like, obviously Jackie is, you know, spiraled by the knife, but
Of course.
they literally had a fight about a boy after
They
a
had a
plane
fight about a
crashed.
boy.
After a fucking plane crash, it's still about boys.
Girlhood can survive plane crashes.
Yes. And I just felt like her freezing to death was like, you knew she was going to die, you know, like
Yeah.
from the get.
They never showed adult Jackie, so you're just like, okay. And I
And
think
it was
they
like,
hinted at a memorial or something.
yes. Well, the parents, she goes and celebrates the birthday with the parents, and
But you know, the parents.
the parents are my parents. No, my parents are way cooler than them, but like, just know if you killed me
They'd
in
be
the
like, she was
wilderness
such
after
a you be
crash,
coming
they'd be
over
like,
for my birthday.
yeah, and they'd be like, Lauren was so beautiful and smart the whole time. And they'd be like, what are you doing? No one was as beautiful and smart
As my Lauren.
as my Lauren.
They have
But
that.
but yeah, so they're very like, they're that, and like, and Jackie, I don't even think we mentioned, she marries Jeff.
She
Who, I mean, not Jackie.
Shauna.
Shauna marries Jeff, who
Fucking
was
Jeff.
Jackie's boyfriend in high school. And
So
like,
then you're like, how? Where? How?
and
What?
it's so like, they're, the way that they made this like town and this, it's so relatable because it's like they're that small town
Yes.
that like they thrive on their like they fucking high school sports and camaraderie,
There's
and they're,
that one girl that's like, I would have been on that plane.
they didn't break my leg.
They didn't break my leg. I was gonna be on.
She's-
She's like, our shared trauma bonds.
We went through a tragedy. I love her. She's my favorite
love
character. Actually, I'm her.
She
I
had
want
to
to be
go
her.
through nothing, but like that's literally like that's me. Like she broke her leg, she missed out on the big trauma, but she was like, "We're all a team."
This clearly means like, still means something to this area, you know?
For sure. Like
So
it's
like,
like news.
so the fact that Shauna got knocked up by the homecoming queen bestie's boyfriend and then marries him.
Crazy
And he's like,
behavior.
and he's so homecoming king,
He's
adult,
so adult homecoming king.
peaked in high school.
Yeah.
He probably peaked while they
He
were in the
owns a
plane
furniture
crash.
store and like good for you entrepreneur, but it just all adds up, you know.
I was gonna say, he's not a very good. He's got like ties to the mob accidentally.
Literally.
He's not doing great.
Accidentally.
He's no Jordan's furniture. He doesn't
No.
have muffins in the front.
No, there's no Santa's Village.
I don't even think he's a Bob's, you know? I think he's like,
I thought you were gonna say I don't even think he's the boss. Like he just works at the furniture.
no, he owns it.
I
But he's
thought
like,
it was his.
he's like one of those Rite Aids turned turned furniture stores.
Yes, mattress clearance discount
Here
furniture.
for a limited time only.
Everything must go. That's Jeff's energy. Everything
Yes.
must go.
And Shauna's life is very subpar, but it's definitely what she feels she deserves.
Yes.
And we are clearly seeing the reawakening of the plane crash. So I am so, in like what it
So
has done to
excited.
them as adults, you know.
Yes.
Nobody has gone to therapy. Spoiler alert, it seems.
They're like, we're just not going to talk about it. How about
And
that?
like, and I think one of them say it, and it's so true. Like, when people survive, we act like,
Mhm.
woo, you know, but
You
like,
did it.
we're all there, right, with our sides, and like, there was like a plane crash of like actual people, right, boys or something, and
Yes.
I was trying to Google like, did they get this from somewhere?
I was doing the same because I'm just afraid.
And there's been multiple, like, there was a few things that came up that there was those boys that survived in the cave.
Yes.
And they like gave them ketamine, and like the scuba divers got them out. And then there was like there was like a plane, there was young people. But
There
we
was
never
one in Uruguay.
yeah, Uruguay. literally, like, we are just so quick to celebrate them. Like, you
Yes.
survived, and they
Have their
do
hopes
say it
up.
like they're like, we were like, heroes, but nobody like really has said they have 25 years of silence. That's what everyone says, 25 years. And I'm like, that doesn't seem healthy. Like, I feel as
For
though
sure.
they should have probably been checked in somewhere for a
100%.
while
One
and
of my
evaluated. But it was the 90s, so they were
It's
like, get back
different
out
then.
there.
They're like, "Mental who?
Here's
You're
some free Beanie
here."
Babies.
Yeah, you're here. We're like, "We'll just honor Jackie, okay? Everything will be fine. We'll have the Jackie Doomsday Ball, and everyone will love it."
And we'll give you each a Princess Diana. A
Princess
Princess
Diana.
Diana Beanie Baby.
One of my favorite things with the adult timeline is like you can see any of the adults that you encounter, like they have in some way they're struggling, like mentally, physically, like there's something going on where they're living with that trauma. Except for Misty, like whenever she talks about it, she's like, "We just had good times out there." Like she's
Some girls.
some girls in the woods. Like if I could disassociate as hard as Misty does.
Honestly, though, when they put Misty in healthcare, I was
You're like, okay, that makes sense.
I don't get it, but like disassociating is definitely on the agenda for that job.
But when she's punishing the terminally ill for like,
yeah, you're like definitely,
Misty.
yes, and that's the weird part about Misty is that as all the fucked up things she does, you're like, what a gal, like
You're like, she's sweet.
the
She's
cigarettes at the end. She's like, those things will kill you, and I
sweet.
love
Yeah.
that because I'm like, she really did like a pick your fortune on that one. She was
did.
like,
It
you could
wasn't
just leave.
premeditated because there's
No.
this whole side story where Misty she
Kidnaps a woman.
kidnaps a woman that was like trying to get like the girls to talk about their time and write a book about it or something like that, right? And she has her locked in her basement. That lady is about to leave. Like she's literally about to leave. Misty's letting her go. She's like, we're girls now. Like everything's
Yeah.
good.
She's like, I want Jessica Simpson to be me in the movie.
She insults Misty at some point when they're leaving. She's like, she says something that's like insults Misty's intelligence, and it's just enough for her to be like, just a little fentanyl in this one cigarette, and if you get it, you get it. And it's just like, she's so crazy, and you don't want to like her, but she's just so likable at the same time.
The characters really show that, and like, there's really, really good acting. I forget the woman that plays adult Nat, but I love her so
Ugh,
much. And
me
she
too.
generally plays like this hot mess character that
Always.
she's playing.
That's her name.
And when she calls Misty, you can tell that it's just like every bone in her body is
Juliette Lewis, yeah.
ugh.
She just always has like a bra strap hanging off to the side. Like that's her brand,
Yeah, and like she's got like that little disgruntled face a lot, but like she looks
in a
cute,
hot
like,
way
the
though.
cute little hot pouty, like.
She's just like,
But
I
Misty
love her.
at the reunion, she's like, we're doing shooters. Holding up in the air, Nat like already drinks it.
We had a great time. I love it. It's such a fun dynamic in the show because it's so psychological. There's cult behavior in it. There's cannibalism. Like it's I don't know. It's as heavy as it is. There is like this level of like comedic relief mixed in there, and I love it.
It's sprinkled elegantly, and I feel like it's very like if you ever watched Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad had that for me. It would be so serious. It would be like the plot was so thick, but then there'd be like these silly
What was
little
his name?
moments
Jesse?
that like
was that his
Jesse,
name in it?
yeah,
Jesse
like
would just do some hot mess behavior and it'd be
you're
adorable.
just like, but you're like that is real, like we
That's
can't
real.
all be Liam Neeson, like once in a while you're gonna accidentally drop the gun and laugh at yourself,
Exactly, and this show has that. So I don't
It
know.
does.
If you can't
And
tell, we really like it.
we really like it, and I can't go out on Yellowjackets because I have to bring something to the pod that
Okay.
I unraveled in my childhood trauma. I was watching Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which like don't save yourself.
Don't disappoint yourself like that.
Yeah, and like the shit that Charlie Brown says, you're like, Charlie Brown, this is not
Are you a
1974.
Shauna Charlie Brown?
He literally said he's going to kill himself like within the
Stop
first
it.
3 minutes of the Thanksgiving episode,
Stop
okay?
it.
Trigger warning.
Oh, suicide warning on Charlie Brown Thanksgiving?
They're going to call us snowflakes, but I
That's
also feel
crazy
like you should
behavior.
know that. Someone should know that. So in the episode, he had a gun. Okay, also. He's a real gnat. He's carrying around a rifle.
Stop
But it's
it,
one of those like
Charlie.
cork ones, you know, like the one that you load and then you like pop it and it's got a
Yes.
cork.
Yes.
Okay. And I said to my husband, I had one of those when I was little. And he's like, why? And I was like, well, because I went to Six Gun City. Okay.
What
And-
is Six Gun City?
So you don't know either. So he looks at me and he goes, what the fuck is Six Gun City?
Just not where it wasn't on my like Christmas take my kid to list. So just
So
tell me
my
about
parents almost never brought me to Disney, but I'm pretty sure I went to Six Gun City more than once. Six Gun City
it. Oh my
is an
God.
actual place. I had to phone my mother
to make
every
sure
once in a while.
It's a
I
New
will get
Hampshire check.
I will get so like, did this even actually happen? That I have to
In
call
Florida.
my mom. So it's a chain, okay?
It's a chain in only New Hampshire and Florida.
In Kentucky. There's one in
Oh.
Kentucky also. I'm sure that's the most flavorful. So it is an old Western theme park, okay? There were
Stop
rides.
it. And they
See the
call
rides.
it, so if you get a sweatshirt there, it says Six Gun City.
And the whole theme park was guns. The entire theme park. You shot at like windows.
Someone needs to get this footage of Lauren because you and your brother clearly were influenced differently by this theme park in your childhood.
We need to get a group therapy session
You
for
get
that.
tickets?
But
Trip
it was
advisor.
literally dedicated to, it was just like the saloon of Adventurelands. And it was probably the most politically incorrect place on earth. I don't remember all the
They
details.
didn't brand it as the happiest place.
Yeah. Like, there were like there were horse-drawn Jefferson, New Hampshire. Where the fuck even is that?
Permanently closed in 2014 in Jefferson.
So they're
sorry.
all permanently closed. So if you were thinking this seems like
if you thought this was an ad,
seems like a great summer getaway, I'm sorry. I'm
I
so
was
sorry.
ready to book it.
So my mom, so I sent a voice message to my mom and I'm like, Mom, the man I married doesn't believe me. He doesn't trust me that we went to Six Gun City and we had a good time. And this is on like
We had a
having
good
a
time.
little brother with ADHD. You know, my parents were like, where can we bring him to shoot the guns? And I had to
in a respectful way.
in a respectful way. And I was like the bystander. I was the innocent bystander also shooting the
And you're
guns.
just like pow pow.
I'm like, I'm not going to shoot the deer, so I'll shoot the window again. So
Oh
my mother sends me a voice memo back and she says, you 100% went to Six Gun City.
She's like, I got the T-shirt.
Like, I have the family saloon photo. It is, the more I looked it up, the more I was horrified that my parents brought me there. Look at it, a Western adventure in fucking New Hampshire. Like,
I am done. Like, are these children wearing bulletproof?
like in this climate, we're gonna give the
You had
kids
to
guns.
This is like the Reynolds pamphlet. Like, you're exposing yourself so that nobody else can be like, well, so funny with her
Yeah,
gun law
so nobody
position.
like digs up an old picture of me in like a 20s dress with a
Six Gun
cigarette
City.
hanging out of my.
You know those styled photo shoots that you would do with your family that they would come in sepia?
There's definitely one out there. My parents probably
and
let me
you're
put the
holding a
long.
rifle. Like,
They probably let me put the long cigarette in my mouth too, and I was just like. Like, I had such good parents that like this is my trauma, you know.
right?
But
Like, this is your trauma in Fort Splash Water Park.
and lucky to you, lucky for you, I'm sharing it with you. So if you
Thank
too,
God.
you
If
know,
you too are a victim of Six Gun City, New Hampshire.
please call me. Maybe we can get like a
Coffee.
class action lawsuit together. Maybe
Oh,
we can be
Tell
compensated.
me this isn't the facilities you were staying in, Lauren. Please tell me this wasn't. Please tell me.
That was our Airbnb. No, there was no Airbnb.
That was like
So
a
the
fun
best part is that I brought this to Friendsgiving because I was like,
Did
you
anybody
know,
else even hear of it?
remember Rudy's the people I put in boxes? I
Did
brought
they
it to
know?
one person knew, and who do you think knew?
Who?
Out of my friends, the only one that was like, yeah, I went to Six Gun City was my best friend Amanda.
She's been to Six Gun City too.
And I was like, you don't even have a brother. There's like no men in her family.
Why
She
did
birthed
they take her?
she birthed the first man.
Why did they take her beautiful daughters to Six Gun City?
The Schuyler sisters, they were like, get him
They're
in the
like-
car. Someone has to learn how to shoot a gun.
They're literally just going to watch the men work.
They were like, we have to pick one of you that's a good shot.
Oh my god.
I don't know why
Lauren.
we went there, but we went there. And I was hoping that you also were the missing link.
No,
but-
not the man in the advertisement, Lauren. Like, hey, fucking.
Is that a YouTube video? That man went when there was YouTube. I want to clarify that I went in like 1999. Whenever my brother could hold a gun is when I went.
He was 2 years old.
He was still like towhead blonde.
He
So
was 3 years old, and they go, you know what? It's time. Get this kid.
he never put it down.
I freaking cannot. Like,
But yeah,
these photos
it's
of
so
Six Gun
funny.
City are my new favorite thing.
if that's not your nature versus nurture, I don't know.
I've been to like Clark's Trading Post, which I
That's
feel
like a drive-by, isn't it?
no, it has like bears there. I feel like it's frowned upon because they had bears there, but like I just feel like
They don't give you guns.
the questionable theme parks. Maybe there are some in New Hampshire because they're living free, you know.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, we've all been to south of the border, you know, South
Look.
Carolina, but like
We all want a thrill. I just don't know.
this gives south of the border South Carolina to me, you know. It's a
100%.
little too far in the theming and the messaging.
God, I need a
but-
family picture of you guys at Six Gun City.
Six Gun City, bring your family. I'm gonna drop a code below. I guarantee you, my mother has
You
that
had
boot.
boot.
I'm bringing my pop gun to the next recording. I guarantee you, my brother has his handy
Nat.
somewhere.
She's Nat.
I'm Nat. Yeah,
But you know
although I
what?
want to be Jackie and Misty, at the end of the day, my Six Gun City adventures bring me to Nat.
Bring you to Nat.
Who do you feel like you are? Did you say?
I do feel like I definitely relate to Nat because I feel like she's so skeptical about everything, and I'm not saying I'm a good shot. Who knows? We'll never know, probably. But
She'll never go to Six Gun City.
I think I'd be like a Nat Jackie because again, like I just want to keep that humanity. Like I don't see myself slipping into cult behavior. Like I'd be like, then just eat me, then, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like the thing about standing up in front of a group and getting them together is you can either incite hope or you can incite an angry mob. And you want to say that you would be the hopeful side. And thus far in my life, I'm the hopeful side. But I just feel like there's something about Jackie that she should have just faked it a little bit.
A
you
little
know?
bit. Just a little bit. But you know what? You know what? Happy Thanksgiving. Because what says Thanksgiving more than talking about feasting on your friends in the middle of the woods?
Yeah, a feast's a feast.
Happy holidays, everybody.
From Six Gun City
Six
to
Gun
you.
City.